Look, you're too close. You're too close. I don't like it. No, you're not professional. Get out of my way.
Standing here.
Oh, sorry.
Good. We're picking up your name.
Sorry about the crew camera, but they don't care about civilians and leadership.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, where's TCP?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right?
Where is this?
Yeah, they should be here.
They're busy without your phone.
Yeah.
How are you?
Well, the command.
Good afternoon. I'm very honored that Governor Romney came here, in particular to this firehouse on the anniversary of the elimination of Osama Bin Laden. This firehouse is, I think, of special importance to me and to everybody else in the city. It was the place that we used as our first headquarters after the attack of September 11th. It's the place we had our first press conference, right here in this spot. And it's a firehouse that has suffered more than most, not only losing so many on September 11th, but back in 1995, 1994, 3 firefighters died, the first when I was mayor, and since then they've had losses. So this firehouse has paid its fair share. And I'm really glad that Governor Romney selected this particular firehouse as a place to pay tribute to our firefighters, who after all were the first responders to this terrorist war against us, which is a war that still continues, that we have to still be vigilant about. Governor Romney certainly understands that and has from the very beginning been a leader in the effort to make certain that America remains safe. So it's a great pleasure to welcome him here. We had a wonderful time with the firefighters. They were always very candid. I think they gave the governor some very, very good advice about how to conduct this campaign and what to do. And I think they really enjoyed the pizza the governor brought for them from some of the right of Joe's on Carmine's channel. So I think they had a very good time, and I hope the governor did.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much. It's good to be here with Mayor Giuliani, and obviously he's a man who is respected and admired by the members of this station. The mayor indicated that some 11 men lost their lives on 9/11 from this station. This is a place of significance for the people of New York, but also for the people of our country. And I wanted to come here today and was happy to be here with the mayor and express our appreciation to the men and women who serve in the firefighters and among first responders here in New York, and to acknowledge the special place that this is. I also remember well being with the mayor on December 24th, Christmas Eve in 2001, just a few months after 9/11. The Olympic torch that was on its way from Greece, actually, and then through Atlanta, and then coming to New York, was brought into the city. We brought it in by boat, and the families of some of the victims of the 9/11 tragedy, firefighters and police families that joined us on that boat. We took the Olympic flame and went out into the harbor. We stopped in front of the Statue of Liberty. We all sang "God Bless America" together, and there were hugs and tears that were shed there. And then we brought the boat back to the harbor, or back to the dock, and took the torch, and the mayor actually ran the torch that day, ran the torch across the ice at Rockefeller Center, and then we lit a cauldron burn here in New York City for the day on December 25th. So it's an honor to be here with the mayor to acknowledge these men and women who serve as our first responders, who rush to danger as opposed to rushing from it. And this, of course, is on the anniversary of the day when Osama Bin Laden finally was taken out. And we respect and admire the many people who were part of that, from the president who authorized that attack, to the intelligence community that worked on it for so many years to identify where he was, and of course to the members of our armed services, particularly SEAL Team 6, that took the extraordinary risk of going into Pakistan and removing one of the world's worst characters. So with that, we're happy to take any questions you may have.
Governor Romney, would your administration pursue high-value targets in Pakistan?
Had back a year ago. Would you have handled things differently in regards to Osama bin Laden?
Of course, I would have ordered taking out Osama bin Laden. Of course, this is a person who had done terrible harm to America and who represented a continuing threat to civilized people throughout the world. And had I been president of the United States, I would have made the same decision the president made, which was to remove him. And I acknowledged actually a year ago when this was announced that the president deserved credit for the decision he made. I continue to believe that, and certainly would have taken that action myself.
How do you reconcile that with 2007 when you said it was naive?
Sorry, pardon?
I'm sorry, how do you reconcile that with 2007 when you said it was naive for then Senator Obama to say he would go into Pakistan to order such a strike?
No, I think I said the same thing as Vice President, not Vice President then, but Joe Biden, which was it was naive of the president to announce he would go into Pakistan. We always reserve the right to go anywhere to get Osama Bin Laden. I said that very clearly in the response that I made, but that I thought, there were many people believed, as I did, that it was naive on the part of the president at that time, the candidate, to say he would go into Pakistan. It was a very, if you will, fragile and flammable time in Pakistan, and I thought it was a mistake of him as a candidate for the presidency of the United States to announce that he would go in. Rather just to say as I did, we reserve the right to go where we feel is appropriate to secure the interests of the United States of America, and certainly to track Osama Bin Laden anywhere he can be found.
Governor Romney, what about, do you think it was appropriate for the president to...
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you.
I'll try again. Do you think it was appropriate for the president to use a White House news conference to call you out the way he did yesterday? He didn't mention you by name, but it was no secret who he was talking about. Was that an appropriate use of the White House?
I think it's totally appropriate for the president to express to the American people the view that he has, that he had an important role in taking out Osama Bin Laden. I think politicizing it was, and trying to draw a distinction between himself and myself was an inappropriate use of the very important event that brought America together, which was the elimination of Osama Bin Laden.
Do you think the war on terror will ever be finished?
The mayor and I had a very nice chat this morning. We talked about the progress the city is making. It's really quite an extraordinary story about the murders that are down in the city, the economic revitalization of the city. You have to look at what New York has done under this mayor and under Mayor Bloomberg and say the city is just a remarkable place, doing a superb job from everything he reported. I mean, there were numbers that were surprising to me. He described the fact that the life expectancy of a New Yorker is 3 years longer than the life expectancy of an average American. That's not something most people would recognize, but this is a great city.
Thank you very much, Governor.
Did you ask for Mayor Bloomberg's endorsement?
I did not.
Thank you very much, Governor.
Thank you. Mayor, can we answer a question? Mayor, can we answer a question?
One? Go ahead.
Yeah, one question. Do you think President Obama is over-politicizing this whole case?
As you know, I appeared with President Obama when he came here last year to honor his decision. I respect his decision very much, and I give him great credit for it. I wish he would just, if he wants to take credit for it, I have no problem with that at all. I wish he wouldn't use it as a source of negative campaigning. I think that's a big mistake, and I think he's mischaracterizing what Mitt Romney said. Mitt Romney basically said that it shouldn't be our only priority. I seem to recall candidate Obama said the same thing back then, and almost everybody else did. Of course it shouldn't be our only priority. That would be a mistake.
I didn't know you were still here. Good luck. Good luck. Thank you, Mayor.
Good luck.
Appreciate your help. Thank you. We'll keep battling.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Did you think that campaign ran was appropriate to one that Obama?
As I said, I believe the president, some people disagree with me, he certainly has a right to take credit for it, and I give him credit for it. I don't think he should use it as a source of negative campaigning, and I do believe that the negative part of it is totally inaccurate. I think it's quite clear that Mitt Romney, anyone else would have made the same decision President Obama made. Now he gets credit for it because he would have gotten blamed for it wrong, but he shouldn't imply that Mitt Romney wouldn't have made the same decision. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, one more question. Do you think that this controversy over Osama Bin Laden will end up further pressure on Obama?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just repeat what I said before. I think President Obama